said, "Why so serious, son?" And got closer. "Why so serious?" They put the knife against my mouth. And why so serious?
Good.
It slowly starts to, like, you can enjoy work to a certain extent, but as soon as people start disliking it, it kind of falls apart.
Each individual, so each individual fairy is so powerful. You wonder why there isn't some kind of
they're fascist.
Class revolution.
Yeah.
I mean, fascist communists.
They're confused. They're definitely fascist.
Oh my God, she controls the media?
The Queen's got
Is that even a free press?
No.
None of them fully understand the power of the pixie dust they hold because the Queen.
I mean, is there a judiciary? Is there a court system for?
No. Why would there be a
Well, what if there's a dispute between
They have a tribunal settles all.
Don't ask stupid questions. For fairy dust, there's like one guy who controls all of it. He's like, goes down.
The Queen Fairy, Clarissa, she'll just come down from the heavens and she'll just be like, "No, children, it's not God."
Well, it's a queen.
They are fairies.
Some stronger. I don't know what her thing is. She's just a higher level fairy.
No, it could be theocratic. That's
Was she
entire.
born?
They're randomly
Okay,
gifted this
word.
power through the fairy dust. It could,
She's
yeah.
the queen
It
and,
could
like,
be. It could be a theological way of
she's
government.
like-
I didn't think of that.
Mysteriously.
But see, if the Queen doesn't have any legitimate, authority in some sort of constitution or something like that, I mean, it seems like this is all going to go down.
I think she's divine. I think we saw.
Yeah.
Also, it's Disney, so
I mean, she's the one who always like sees them as a baby or when they're born, just like,
Yeah.
here is your job.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, someday one of the classes of fairies is going to feel like they're not,
They're like,
they're people who aren't serious about meals. You should always put your own husband across the dinner table. It's not very pleasant. Dear me, you are smart. The amount of women in London who flirt with their own husbands is perfectly scandalous. Good heavens, Lane! Why aren't there any cucumber sandwiches? Besides, now that I know you to be a confirmed Bunburyist, I naturally want to talk to you about Bunbury. I want to tell you the rules. I am afraid, Aunt Augusta, that I will have to give up the pleasure of dining with you tonight after all. I know, you are absurdly careless about not sending out invitations. It is very foolish of you. Yes, poor Bunbury is a dreadful invalid. If your wife were, you don't seem to realize that in married life, 3 is company and 2 is none. You see, if one plays good music, people don't listen. And if one plays bad music, people don't talk. Yes, but you must be serious about it. I hate people who are not serious about meals. It is so shallow of them. Oh, I don't know. I'm winning on it, damn it!
I believe it is a very pleasant state, sir. I have had very little experience of it myself.
How are we this morning? Miss Prism, you are, I trust, well.
I have only been married once. That was in consequence of a misunderstanding.
I hope, Cecily, you are not inattentive.
Myself and a young person.
That is strange. All right, fortune nothing, Miss Prism, to beloved, hang upon her lips.
No, sir. It is not a very interesting subject. I never think of it myself.
I spoke metaphorically.
Thank you, sir.
My metaphor was grown from beans. A ham.
Mr. Earnest Worthing.
Mr. Worthing, I suppose he has not returned to town yet.
standing by itself in a remote corner of Bayswater.
I do not think that even I could produce any effect on a character that, according to his own brother's admission, is irretrievably weak and
It
vacillating.
contained the manuscript of a 3-volume novel of more than unusually revolting sentimentality.
I am not in favor of this modern mania for turning bad people into good people at a moment's notice.
But the baby was not there.
As a man sows, so let him reap.
Prism, where is that baby?
Memory, my dear Cecily, is the diary that we have.
I dare not even expect, Dr. Chasuble. I need hardly tell you that in families of high position, strange coincidences are not supposed to happen.
Do not speak slightingly of the 3-volume novel, Cecily. I read one myself.
They are hardly considered the thing. This noise is extremely unpleasant. It sounds as if he was having an argument.
That is obviously the reason why the primitive church has not lasted up to the present day.
Well, I dislike arguments of any kind.
And you do not seem to realize, dear doctor, that by persistently remaining single, a man converts himself into a permanent public temptation.
But they are always vulgar.
Men should
And often convincing.
Men should be more careful. This very celibacy leads weaker vessels astray.
I wish you would arrive at some conclusion. I'm afraid that the news I will not altogether please you.
That depends on the intellectual sympathies of the woman. Maturity can always be the
You are the son of my poor sister, Mrs. Moncrief,
more shameful debts and extravagance.
and consequently, Algernon's elder brother.
It is, I regret to say, one of the rector's most constant duties in this parish. I have often spoken to the poorer classes of the subject, but they...
I cannot at the present moment recall what the general's Christian name was.
After all, we have been resigned to his loss. His sudden return seems to be peculiarly distressing.
Now, I have no doubts that he had one. He was electric, eccentric.
Okay, I'm there.